So You Want to Be a Hero is made by and for ostensibly mature adults. As such, be advised that it may contain violence, sexual themes, and strong language such as raspberries or fook.
It's fuck. The word is fuck, Trevor.
Oh.
Full content warning can be found in the episode description.
Fuck.
Hey everyone, Brad here. I just wanted to say a few things before we started with the episode. The first thing is you're going to notice a quality difference between episode 1 and episode 2. That is because this episode 1, is a pilot. We recorded on Zoom. We recorded with not the best equipment. And after we edited and fully discussed if we wanted to get into this, we did. The second thing is that we are a bi-weekly release schedule. So mark your calendars for every other Thursday. And last but not least, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for deciding that you wanted to start this little journey with us. It means the world. So, without any further ado, episode 1 of So You Want to Be a Hero. Always eat your oranges.
Welcome to So You Want to Be a Hero, a real play Dungeons & Dragons podcast where 5 best friends said fuck it and pressed record. I'm Brad Silman, your host and Dungeon Master, and with me always are my 5... Nope, restart.
5 what? 5 what, Brad?
I meant 4. I meant 4 best friends.
5 what?
Has been Millie.
Wow, Craig. Sorry, Craig. You're
Craig's not my best
fucking
friend.
out.
Speaking, these are all of my best friends. I've got Laus,
look at the look in his
Weindel,
eyes.
I've got John Garza, Davis McQueen, and Emily Robinson, and we're here on a beautiful, cold, rainy Saturday morning in March in Austin, Texas.
Like, really, Austin? What the fuck? It was 70-something 2 days ago.
I mean, it's
Yes.
supposed to be 40s for the next, fucking...
Like, how tragic. Anyway, sorry.
Drop my dice.
Having a daughter, you have to plan out clothes. Like, she's 3 months today. So having a daughter, you have to plan out what clothes you buy specifically for that age range, because it's newborn to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 to 12, right?
That's what I do with
And then-
Davis.
Oh, yeah, of course. So we're like, oh, it's March, 3 to 6 months.
Here's your little booty.
Here you go,
Here's your
bud.
booties,
You're
Davis.
teaching today, huh? All right. Well, here's
Use
a
your head a little
tie.
Can I say, Nick? Loss, you did a great job for the vow renewal ceremony.
Thank you.
What did you do?
Yeah.
I
You dressed
Clothes.
Davis.
Yeah.
Oh,
I dressed Davis.
thank you.
The Pete Paisley.
That shirt was rocking. I'm gonna wear it tonight. Actually,
What are you doing tonight?
my sister has a disco themed party.
Ooh.
Damn, that's dope.
Disco. Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
Fucking
shave down to
disco.
the mustache and get myself an afro.
Oh, no.
If I didn't have
Yeah.
rehearsal, I'd crash it.
I don't know how I feel about Davis with an afro.
I don't know how I feel about Davis with a
We've
mustache.
seen Davis with a mustache before.
I don't know how I,
I
feel
know,
about
I
Davis.
still have very
Hold
mixed
on,
feelings.
sidebar. Everybody but Davis. Do we want him on this podcast?
I mean, he looks a little bit like Hot Fuzz, so it's okay.
I was gonna do maybe the gunslinger actually.
It's
and
not,
bring
it's
it
the handlebars.
all the way
Yeah.
out.
The
No, that's a
gunslinger.
gunslinger when it comes all the way down to your chin.
Welcome to Beard Talk with Davis, Laus, Brad, John, and Emily. Emily, you're our beard expert here.
Yeah.
Please do tell us the difference between gunslinger and handlebar. What is it?
Well, actually, common misconception. The handlebar is actually one that goes out to the edge of the upper lip and then extends past it horizontally.
And the gunslinger.
Fuck if I know. I didn't know that was the name of a mustache.
Uh,
It sounds awful.
Now we know. Next up,
It's the
Planet
horseshoe.
Money.
Well, thanks for listening to our TED Talk, everyone, on mustaches and beards. Let's play some Dungeons and Dragons, shall we?
Yeah, bitch.
Okay, before we do, we play this game called Dice Breakers, where everyone rolls a D20 and D20, and then we roll a D100, and we see which prompt they get for their character. So everyone, roll.
Ooh, I got a 16.
Okay.
Oh, I got a nat 20.
Damn it.
Lucky number 11.
11. John?
Nat 20 as well.
Ooh, it's a dice off, guys. Our very first dice off.
Dice off.
What did we do, Brad?
Dice off. They roll again. And whoever.
Holy shit.
Okay.
All right, Emily. So right now, Davis
All
is
right,
going
hold on. Now that it's just the two of them, let's take some bets here.
Okay, bets. I'm going to say it's going to be John. No offense, Emily. I just feeling John.
I am categorically luckier. It seems.
Davis, who do you think it's going to be?
I don't have a dog in this fight.
Pick one.
Okay, thank you, Switzerland, for your input. I guess I'm going to go with Emily then. Come on and crush it.
All right. John?
13.
13. Emily?
I don't understand why I only roll like this when it doesn't fucking matter. But it's a 19.
Yeah! Suck it, John and Brad!
All right. So here's how it's going to be.
And Davis. You can suck
Davis
it
goes
too.
first. Then it's going to be Laus. Then it's going to be John. And then it's going to be Emily. Emily, please roll me a D100. Where's my mouse?
You got it, buddy.
Thank you so much.
97.
Ooh, 97.
Ooh.
Perfect. Okay. Not Laus. Davis.
Who's your least favorite friend in this friend group? Go.
No, this is about his character. You don't have to answer as Tango, but you can answer.
I'm not. Oh, wait. You're talking to Davis. I'm sorry.
Yes, Davis.
Say that again. My bad.
What's more important to your character, health, wealth, or happiness?
Okay, so I play Tango Honeypot. I'm a ghostwise halfling from a druidic nature militaristic sex cult. And I think probably happiness. Hedonism's one of our tenets. So
Cool. I never saw that movie. Laus.
God damn it.
Forte, wealth, health, or happiness?
Now, this is a very tricky one because
You're already pretty wealthy.
I'm already very wealthy and health does play a huge part of my backstory, as does happiness. So you really gave me a humdinger of a question there.
Okay.
If I had to choose one of them, though, I would say that for me, I do believe that health comes wealth is pretty good. I'm going to tie health and wealth together, and I'll put happiness towards the bottom.
Fair. Sparrow,
I guess for Sparrow. she
wealth,
would
health,
care-
happiness.
I think it's got to be happiness. Like,
Oh,
I mean, yeah, because wealth, that doesn't really matter to her.
no.
You know, and health, she messes with black powder. That's gonna go eventually, right?
I mean, the black lung is a real thing.
No, I just mean like blowing shit off, right? Like
Oh.
you're not gonna have eyebrows or something. So I'm gonna go with happiness. I think that's
That's from digging up coal. That's
Yeah,
not
I'm
from.
now picturing Sparrow coal mining.
No.
I'm
When
just
Sparrow
hunting,
shoots
like,
a gun,
unrefined black powder.
every time you're about to shoot, you go,
I
Perfect.
take a sniff. I just sniff.
yeah.
You just do a little bump of gunpowder.
And finally, Trevor Varvatos, health, wealth, or happiness?
I think for Trevor, I mean, he's just a naturally healthy boy, so he doesn't really think about that too much. It's probably just happiness.
Oh.
You know, the joy he gets from going out into the world and making other people happy. Really, that's what does it.
Okay, I see how it is.
3 of the 4 characters are all about happiness. And fourth
Happiness is overrated. Sorry, let me do this in my character voice since I seem to be the only one. Happiness is overrated. Just want to say that right there. The world will kick you while you're down. So fuck happiness and put it all in money and health. Stay alive. Don't get sick. And then if you do,
Listen, money
pay
can
someone
buy
to heal you.
happiness.
Nobody knows who any of you play yet because you didn't tell what your characters were.
Didn't
thought we
have
were-
to.
what the
Didn't
fuck
have
we
to.
did ask you
James.
to.
That's the cool thing about being the token woman. My voice is very distinctive from everyone else.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
that's
think
true.
they'll figure it out.
And
Me and
the other
Davis
2
sound
have
very
voices.
similar.
But the other 2 have voices too. Like Sparrow's got
Yeah,
that Cajun-esque, and then Laus has the Forte's got that.
I've already been
Sparrow's
talking like
dropping
this
the
the whole
accent.
time.
yeah.
I did mine in my character voice loss,
Which is
I
the
don't-
same
I
voice
feel
as you.
insulted.
It's just your voice.
You're right. I take that back. You and I, brothers for life. Yay, us.
Okay. Well, with that, now are you guys ready to play Dungeons and Dragons?
I'm ready to win.
Look, out of everyone, that is the least surprising statement.
100%. Okay. You guys ready? Episode 1. So you want to be a hero. The full moon has risen. In its highest peak, the wind flows through the trees, the clanking of heavy armor quickly running through the forest. A family huddled in fear, a father shielding his family from something terrible that lurks in the shadows. Yellow eyes pierce at them. The two massive clawed hands form as it gets closer. A heavy breath. Inch by inch, the beast begins to reveal itself. Thin, muscular, gray skin with spindly dark hair as its long snout appears, breathing from its mouth as the cold air goes in and out with each breath. Blood drips from its fangs. Then it stands hulking over the family. A werewolf looms over it. It's its next meal, and it slowly stalks as prey. Please, please, I'll do anything, cries the father, his wife and daughter huddled together, the daughter sobbing in fear, the mother, shh, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay, but will it? Dear gods, the father says, closing his eyes in fear as the beast moves closer and closer. Then, swoosh, a throwing axe hits the beast in the thigh as it shakes off the blade. It turns its head to see a knight in full plate armor. "Ho there, you nasty beast," yells the man in a dark silver plate armor, a blue cloak flowing in the wind. He reaches back and pulls out a sharp silver great axe. "Why don't you pick on someone your own size?" The werewolf turns towards the hero, howls at the moon, and charges toward him, clawing at him. The hero tucks and rolls, quickly jumping and slashing the werewolf with his axe. A scream of pain. The silver blade cuts deep into the werewolf's skin. The hero now stands in between the family and the beast. "I will vanquish thee with this mighty blow." As he runs towards the werewolf, axe low to the ground, the beast charges again, faster and stronger. The hero yells, "Arrgh!" slashing up with the great axe. The beast swipes down with his right arm. Blood flies in the air as the moon reflects off the silver blade of the axe, dripping the foul blood. The beast lays on the ground, whimpering on its final legs, its right arm 10 feet from its body. The hero walks over, removes his helm, long blonde hair tied in a ponytail, a cleanly shaven face, and a smile as sharp as the axe stands behind the family. "Be not afraid, dear lady." He kneels towards the child. "For I have defeated that beast." The daughter looks up at him and smiles. He smiles back. He grabs his axe with one hand, raises it into the air. "Remember this, friends. In the face of evil, good will always prevail." "What shall we call you, great hero?" says the wife. The hero opens his mouth. "Trevor," a voice that doesn't match the hero's voice. Trevor, sitting by the fire, you close your book, Trevor. The title reads, So You Want to Be a Hero, Volume 29. As the caravan head, Chander, sits beside you. Emily, please describe Trevor.
Trevor, a muscle-bound 20-something-year-old, quickly jerks up, not realizing that he was being observed. His shoulder-length blonde hair whips around as his shining blue eyes dart around the room until they land on Chander. He is still in his plate armor, even though it's wildly unnecessary at this moment, but, always be prepared.
Chander walks over. He goes, "Hey, so the caravan ends tomorrow as we make our way to Tarin.
Right.
You've been so helpful this whole trip. You and Sparrow both. We can't thank you enough."
Oh, no. No thanks are necessary. We were just doing our jobs.
The one...
And you were so kind giving us, room and board. It's really our pleasure.
Well, I mean, it's paid for itself. Because, especially that one time that you and Sparrow saved Coraline from those bandits. You think it might have been a little too violent for her? Impressionable?
Again, I am so sorry about that.
It's okay. It's just she's been walking around with a broom quite lately and going, "I'm Sparrow! Die, you bandit scum!"
I really wish Sparrow hadn't yelled that during the fight. It was really uncalled for.
Is that something that Sparrow does on a regular basis?
I think that's the first time I've ever seen her do that. Okay. But, she was really in the zone.
She definitely was. And now Coraline's in a zone. But all I'm trying to say, Trevor, is we want y'all to travel with us. We want you to continue to be part of this caravan after Tarin. Travel all over the continent with us. We'll pay you just to be here and protect us.
Well, I know you've brought this up a few times, and I really do appreciate the offer, and it's so nice to feel, helpful and needed, but Sparrow's got some business to take care of here in Tarin. I've heard there's a real problem with orphans, and I need to see if there's anything I can do about that. I just don't think it'd be right to just confine myself to this caravan when there's so many people out there needing help.
Look, we'll be in Tarin for a few days, setting up supplies, getting other people to go to the next city, wherever that is. But in case you change your mind, we'll be at the stables, okay?
All right.
All right, well.
And know that if you ever need us, our merry band of heroes is always going to be there to assist, all right?
Do you have a name for this merry band of heroes?
Oh, I'm Trevor Varvatos. Remember we...
No, not your name. The name of the heroes.
Oh, well, you see, I was inspired by old Brother Bartholomew at Monastery. Mm-hmm. So he always said that determination is the better part of valor. So, in honor of him, we are to be determined.
Okay. To be... Never mind. I'm going to go to sleep. Trevor, we'll be headed off first thing in the morning. We'll get to Tarin, and we'll get you and Sparrow there. Good night.
Trevor sort of, when he announced the name of his merry band of heroes, he waited for, a big reaction. So he kind of deflates a little when he gets nothing. And he just sort of nods. Well, yeah. Good night, then, sir.
Good night. And Chander walks to the front of the caravan closest to the horses, and he walks in, and he opens the door, and you hear, "Ah, you bandit scum!" He shuts the door, and you...
Really unfortunate language.
Yeah, you fucking kidding me?
Nope. Never. You make your way back to your
fucking
wagon.
Canon now, you asshat.
It's 100% canon.
I just want you to know that I would have said "fuck you, bandits," but it's fine.
Well, I didn't want a little kid to say,
fuck
you, bandits."
Why not? That's funny.
It is funny. It is funny. But you head back to your caravan. You grab your book. You see sitting on top of the roof, looking out as always, Sparrow Softwind. John, will you please describe Sparrow for me?
Yeah, absolutely. So Sparrow is a wood elf, about 5'10", lithe in nature, long black hair tied in a ponytail with a really dusty and just dirty black ribbon, wearing what looks to be a sort of brown, I would say, trench coat with burn marks up and down it. She has the sort of angular features of an elf, that sort of, alien-like beauty, but definitely, I would say, not great looking at the moment. Just sort of covered in black sort of soot and other things. And just up her right arm are just burn marks, patches of missing, hair and just, it looks a little rough.
I'm just realizing she dresses like the quiet kid at my high school.
Yeah.
Just a big black trench coat with burn marks on it.
Yeah, she wears a tunic underneath, a leather tunic with some, I would say, holsters sort of on the inside for the pistols.
Okay.
Just your general gunslinger outfit, I would say, without the hat.
Yet.
Yet.
All right. You see Sparrow sitting on the roof, Trevor.
All right there.
Yeah, another quiet night. No one to shoot. Pretty boring, really.
It's better than bandits, right?
I mean, it was kind of fun. Not gonna lie. A little bored. Could use maybe one or two more bandits.
About that, you were brilliant and effective as always, but maybe a little too enthusiastic about all the violence. You know, with the young one watching.
I mean, I love what I do, Trevor. What can I say?
Right, and no, as you
I
should.
mean, I was
as
being
a
a hero
in training. Yeah. No, you're right.
And I was definitely determined.
Your determination was without par. How does that phrase go?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
You know what I mean.
I wouldn't worry about phrases, Trevor. There's a bunch of messed up ones we tend to use.
Oh well, you can always correct me if I say the wrong thing.
And I'll keep that in mind next time.
Good.
Come to think of it, there is one phrase that I think we've been misconstruing. You know that determination is a better part of valor. You keep saying.
Yeah, I know.
That
Brother Bartholomew says it all the time, right? I get weird. Like, Chandler didn't really seem to like the whole to be determined name for our group, but I really think it suits us.
I mean, the name...
Especially, and obviously, I mean, you were so determined during that fight. It just fits us to a T.
Yeah, fits us to a T. You know what? We'll talk about it later. What did they want? Anyway, I heard you guys talking. Are we sticking around on this caravan longer? Because I really got to get to the city. I really got some shit to do.
No, I understand. No, Chandler was, he was trying to persuade us to reconsider. But, we got things to do. It's not very heroic being like a full-time caravan guard. Like a part-time one, sure. But, there's other stuff you got to do. You got to hunt. You gotta,
kill werewolves.
Rescue cats from. Yes, have you seen a werewolf?
No, not yet. But I'm sure. Yeah, we'll find one for sure. I'm gonna keep a lookout for a werewolf.
Wily little things. You let me know.
Absolutely. I bet you there's leads in Tarin. Lots of leads, lots of books with werewolves. Yeah. That's where I'm going with this.
Are werewolves like... I never really pictured them as city-dwelling, but that makes an odd sort of sense once I think about it.
You should probably sleep on it. Yeah.
All right. Well, wake me up when it's my shift. And Trevor goes into the wagon and lays down in his plate armor.
So as Trevor heads to bed in his plate armor, Sparrow... You look out at the constellations that your family once told you about when you were younger. The heroes, the fairy tales of old. Mm-hmm. And you reach in your jacket. You pull out this parchment that you folded hundreds of times from a friend of a friend. You open it. It's from Professor Rather Long River. You skim over parts. Yep. You guys go ahead and laugh at the name. Rather Long River. Hey, what'd you say, Laus, earlier?
Hater of short creeks.
You skim over the parts that you read countless of times. Offers condolences, wishing he could be there with you at this time. But the college is requiring him to spread himself thin. Now, all that stuff. But there's one thing that sticks out to you. If you're ever in Tarin, please drop by for a spot of tea.
I could really use a spot of tea. It's been a while. She sort of lays her head back and looks at the single guiding North Star. I miss you, Thomas. And she just kind of strokes the gun, sort of looks at the barrels, cleans it a little bit.
Only perception.
Fucking Christ. I get to shoot someone, yes! It's okay. 17 plus 4, so 21.
21. You hear the wind blow. And it's just, you think you hear, I miss you too.
Going crazy. Great. Love it. She will just sort of meditate and try to get some rest as she keeps watch.
In Tarin already, a balcony looks over this beautiful city. It seems to be always moving. But this is one of the most peaceful times. People are starting to wind down. The lights are starting to go low. And you hear, excuse me, Master Black. Winston, a tall, thin, old elf with a gray mustache and thin, circular glasses, looks at you. I have your nightly cup of warm milk. Will you please describe Forte for me?
Sure. So, as Winston is saying this, you do see the silhouette, the back, if you will, of a tiefling with long white hair, black horns that kind of almost look as though it is forming a crown around his head, like the twins are kind of tied together in the back. Then there's a second set of horns right underneath the black ones that wrap around the ears, and those are a deep brownish red, which is the same color as the skin of Forte. Forte turns around and he looks at Winston, and he's got these bright yellow eyes with dark black pupils. And he is wearing his travel attire right now, which is if you liken it to kind of like a colonial era outfit. Mm-hmm. It's a dirty tannish yellow. That is the color, dirty tannish yellow jacket with a vest and like a frock. He's got boots that are of a deep brown and some worn looking shoes. However, the one thing you notice when you see all this is that even though these are traveling attires, they are pristinely clean, as though they are brand new and off the shelf. Also, he's a noble. So he's covered almost. He's got rings on his fingers. He's got this big gaudy belt. He doesn't hide the fact that he's a noble because he feels as though, not that he's untouchable, but he's earned this. This is the life he has earned. And he turns and he looks at Winston, and he just says, thank you. You can just put it on the desk here. I am just composing my next piece.
Wonderful.
So, goodness.
I would like to say to you that we do enjoy having you as a guest here at the villa.
Oh, thank you. I do enjoy being here.
I think the maids find it rather peculiar how your room is managed to stay so clean.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm just enjoy a cleanly bit of, I don't know. I'm a clean person. It's, I don't have a good explanation for this. Although, if you could just put that milk down there on the table very quick. Thank you. And he waves his hands, and it he casts prestidigitation on the milk. Unlike the glass, since other people have touched the glass. And he then once that happens, he picks it up and he drinks it, and he's just, this is very good milk. What is that? Is that goat I taste?
It is goat. I milked it ourselves this morning. We do a quick pasteurization, and once it's pasteurized, I like to put it into a glass resin bar, and then I put that into a nice simmered boiled water. Get it to the temperature that you desire, Master.
It's delicious. This is a family recipe. Your family must be rich selling this.
Yes.
Well,
I am a servant, so yes. If there's anything that you need before I retire, Master Black?
no, thank you. I do feel as though I'm good. I am meeting the professor, I believe, tomorrow at some point, so I will be headed out into the town.
Is there anything you require from me to help you? Set up accommodations?
A form of travel to be able to go, or
right.
Horse if you have it. Otherwise, a carriage would be perfectly acceptable.
Carriage. Wonderful. Yes, I can arrange a carriage for you, Master Black. Anything else?
I would love a glass of water as well.
Right now? Or in the morning?
No, right now. Also both, actually. I don't know how late I'm going to be up, so it's best to have 2 drinks.
Wonderful. If you don't mind me, I will go fetch the water for you, and I will bring it in.
Thank you.
And Winston turns, hands behind his back, gloved as he opens the door. It shuts. You hear the click-clack of his shoes as he walks down the nice tiled...
Yeah. And I'm going to take like the next 3 hours. I pick up my violin and I start composing a piece. So throughout the villa, you kind of hear this very soft violin play.
He gently walks in, places it on the table, tries not to disturb you, walks out as you're playing. And in that 3-hour time, you start to get a little tired, putting all the work to creating this masterpiece. Kind of gets you a little sleepy, kind of puts you in the feels,
I can see those quotation marks you're making, John. I'm not blind. It is a masterpiece.
Roll for it, bitch.
No, I'm not going to make him roll for it. Your room, it's nice. Vaulted ceilings, elegant art on the wall, sconces lit. But it's not too bright. Your bed big enough for 5 people, but only for you.
Hey.
No, Tango.
All right, calm down. It sucks cold. Calm down.
I just pull out a spray bottle and I start spraying Tango Honeypot.
Tango's not there. You don't know Tango yet, okay? Is there anything that you'd like to do before you go to bed?
Prestidigitate the bed.
Of course. You do. You see the sheets kind of... And then a little sliver just kind of opens so you can get in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get in.
That's it.
And you lay down, you close your eyes. And a massive weeping willow stands in the center of this lake. The moon reflection shines down, and the white, almost silvery buildings with the tiny ember lights of the city of Wilhelm, one of the sub-district cities that are kind of clumped together in the royal capital of Rule. Someone sits on a park bench, a violin case next to this bench. Forte, you sit there. It's a very familiar place for you. This night is also quite familiar for you. It's the night of the Lunar Festival. Your string quartet just finished playing a small but very elegant show for the festivities. It's not common for you to take some time to be alone, to gather your thoughts because, and when I mean thoughts, I mean how amazing you did at this show. Pondering back on the solos that you played, the refrains, the little vibrations that you did. You remember the 3 other guys that are in your quartet said, hey, we're going to go down to the bar. We'll see you after you pontificate. I don't know what the word means, but you're left alone, looking at the weeping willow of Wilhelm, and your moon goddess is above. And you hear a voice. Excuse me? And you turn. You see a blue tiefling woman wearing a green, modest dress, her dark hair tied up into a French braid that wraps around over one shoulder, her horns curled down as if they were almost part of her hair. You were the violinist at that festival, weren't you?
Yes. Yes, as a matter of fact, I was.
I knew it. I just wanted to say that you did a really great job. And I don't mean like, oh, you did good. Just, it was different. Wilhelm's full of tons of amazing musicians, but they're stiff. You played like the music flowed through you. It was controlled chaos in a good way.
Yes, I've learned that the violin is merely an extension of my arm and not a tool to be used, but a part of me, part of my soul, if you will. It's what the truth of music is. It's what makes it beautiful and worthwhile. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
I didn't catch yours either.
I am Lucius Black, but you may call me Forte if you'd like.
Forte. Nice to meet you. And she kind of bows a little bit. And she says, I am Julia Benedetti.
It's a very beautiful name, Julia.
Thank you. Well, I hope that you have a good night, Forte. I hope to see you around.
You don't have to go just yet if you don't want to.
Okay.
I'd be willing to impart maybe another song here
for
now.
Me? Just for me?
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
I don't see why not.
Where shall I sit?
Sit right here, and I will stand under the tree on the edge of the lake. How about you sit here on this log?
You want me to sit on a log?
There's no chairs here, so yes.
Okay.
Oh, hold on one second as I prestidigitate the log.
She goes, oh, look.
Clean for you now.
Thank you, Magic Man. And
no. It's nothing.
And
really.
she goes to sit down.
I actually stop her and I take off my jacket as I wrap it on the log.
See,
just
this
cover it
a little bit more comfortable.
Sorry, I was nervous.
Nerves?
I mean, I'm not nervous. I just was trying to. Don't worry. I'm going to start playing now. Song.
Wonderful start, Forte. You want me to count you in?
No. You just enjoy it. I will. Sure. Why don't you count me in?
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And roll me performance. And subtract 2.
Okay. That makes sense.
Don't you dare play Hey There, Delilah.
Hey there, Julia. What's it like in Wilhelm City? Sorry. What'd you roll on your performance?
He has advantage, right?
No.
This is an origin story.
He doesn't. That's how origin stories work.
No,
So I guess -1.
I'm
So what
pretty sure the
happened?
first time I met my wife, I made a fool of myself. So,
This actually adds up.
We all do. Okay. So as you 1, 2, 3, 4, your one of your strings breaks.
One of my strings breaks. I step backwards and fall into the lake.
And she just sits there watching. And she you get up out of the lake. I mean, it's shallow, right? You're not like
Yeah. It's like my hands and my feet and my butt are in it, but like my knees are sticking up and the rest of me is sticking up.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Totally.
I'm just like, and I freak out a little bit.
she seems to kind of scramble as I start like multicasting prestidigitation on myself to clean everything off.
Give me a perception check as you're doing this. Another nat one. First big roll was a nat
13.
1. Okay, 13. With a 13, you see her, and she's just sitting there, legs crossed, but like a tight leg cross, with both hands on her knee, and then she's just smiling. And it's not not like a bad thing.
I pat myself down. I'm just like, I lost my violin.
You lost your violin.
Don't have any other.
She stands up and she gets into the lake with you.
Oh, no, you don't have to.
Look. No, we gotta find your violin.
You don't have to do that.
And she goes, "Hey, what's this?" And she points down and she's feeling something in the lake.
And
That violin in your pocket?
I get close. Yeah, I get close. I'm trying to be very careful and pushing my concern about the water to the side, like the germ stuff.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, "What's this?" And she's feeling around in the water. Here, put your hand right there.
I very gingerly start to put it without having to decide if I need to, if I'm going to break the water.
What's your AC?
My AC is a 13.
Okay. So she pushes you into the water.
She pulls me in with her.
No. Oh,
right? Because you said she's in the water.
Anymore? She's in the water, yes.
Right?
I thought you were still in there. My bad. Yeah. She pulls you into the water to where you kind of fall in.
And I just stand up and I'm just like, at this point, my head got submerged. And I'm just like,
You're drenched. She's drenched. Well, not fully drenched, but.
Oh, and I stare at her and I just start laughing.
And she starts laughing. And then
Julia, you said.
What? What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Julia. Your name.
Yes. Julia. Forte, right? Lucius.
Lucius, please.
Lucius.
And then you kind of see a change in Lucius's eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sadness overcome as he realizes that this is a dream. And he looks at her standing in the water and he just goes, "I miss you so much."
And she starts, smiling. And she's just looking at you, young Julia. And she starts to giggle a little bit, and it starts to turn into a slow cough, kind of like a chuckle cough.
Oh no!
And then starts to turn more into
the lake and the willow kind of like morph into the bedroom.
Mm-hmm. And she falls back onto a bed. Her eyes are sunken, more like a pale blue instead of her vibrant blue that she was.
Don't worry, it's going to be okay. I've reached out to a cleric. I've sent for one to come. Hey, you're going to be fine. Don't worry.
I'm going to count you in.
You don't have to do that. And even though I say that, I'm opening up the violin case that's like right next to the bed at this point.
Yep.
And that is the song she passed away to.
And she closes her eyes and she's counting to the rhythm. And you see the room in your manor with the green walls, with the 2-story window that looks out onto the dark fountain courtyard with the red and yellow drapes, and the drapes just begin to close and the light starts to fade out. It's early in the morning. Tarin's port, the port of Coruscant, is up, active before anyone else in the city. Out in the distance, a ship is headed from the North Port City. A man in his early 40s with coiffed blonde and graying hair, a well-trimmed goatee, and blue eyes stands in the front looking out. Captain Rin Brightsky. All right, men, Tarin is coming up. Now remember, no funny business here. This is quite literally the easiest job we have ever done. Take the package, drop it off to the buyer, collect the gold, then off to the taverns with all of us. If anyone fucks this up, you will be getting a new job. Do you hear me? And everyone's kind of, listening, nodding, all that jazz.
Yes, sir.
The pirate threatens to fire you?
Yes. On the deck.
No severance pay.
No severance pay. None at all. No, your 401k, done.
Health insurance is right out.
On the deck, there's a few crew members with swords, axes, maces, just listening. One of them, who's kind of bigger than the rest, sits on a box. The box begins to creak as if it's going to break. This crew member stands up. What the fuck? Begins to move around, check the structural integrity. And as he moves it, weight begins to shift in the box. Tango, please roll a stealth check.
That's gonna be a 2.
A 2, perfect. Okay, as he rolls it, the crate just cuckoo and breaks. And will you please describe Tango Honeypot, Davis, as you fall out of the box?
Great. So tumbling out of this box, I'm gonna say it's full of fruit.
Sure.
To help with the scurvy. That's what I've been munching on. There is about a little under 4 foot tall halfling man that comes rolling out wearing straps of leather that essentially form an outfit for him. I got straps on my head, a little belt on my little black goatee, and I've got this spiked black hair and kind of, I look much older than most halflings do for my age. Being ghost-wise, we kind of have a gruffer appearance. And I go tumbling out. Oh, hey, I'm so sorry. I got trapped in this box.
Captain, we have a stowaway. The captain walks over, and you are now surrounded by 10 pirates and the captain. They all have their hands on their weapons.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm Tango Honeypot.
Easy.
Nice to meet you.
Easy, man. It's just a boy. Nothing to worry about.
As he says that, I pull out my pipe and just put it in my mouth. Yeah. I'm just a kiddo.
He squints and he's like, "No, that's a halfling. Lock him up. Lock him up in the quarters, the down quarters, whatever they're called.
The brig?
The brig. Put him in the brig."
Captain, you don't even know what your own ship's called. There's something wrong here.
You are on thin ice, man. I swear.
I'm just saying stern, bow, brig. We all know this, right, guys?
I was standing on the bow. I did the king of the world, because that's what I felt like of the captain of the Golden Homecoming, Rin Brightsky. Now put this man in, what was it? Brig?
Yes,
sir. The brig.
Put him in the brig.
I'm gonna look up. Is there anyone in the crow's nest?
In the crow's nest? Of course, there's a person in the crow's nest.
There's a dude in the crow's nest.
He's got a telescope, and they're about to port. They're about to get into
land.
Dock.
They're
The
about
dock.
to dock.
That's the word. Guys, I don't know.
You can tell you're quite the mariner. How tall is that mast?
30 feet.
It's 30 feet up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead as they kind of reach out to grab me. I'm gonna misty step about 25 feet up that mast and just be holding on to the handrails.
Okay. As 6 or 7 start to come towards you, you go, nope. And Misty Step is a spell, so roll me a d20.
Oh, where'd he go?
All right, that's a 7.
7. Okay, you're good. Nothing happens.
So for context, I am a chaos magic sorcerer. And so when I cast a spell, I'll be rolling to see if chaotic stuff happens.
Also called wild magic.
So you go up there, you grab the thing, and you're holding on. The guy with the telescope sees you, and he pulls out a crossbow.
Okay. Okay. Great.
Yeah. And he's going to aim at you. And he's going to shoot. What's your armor class?
It is 13. Because I don't have mage armor.
He got a 17.
Great. I'm gonna raise my hand up, and it's like I just swat the arrow out of the air, but I'm doing a shield to basically ricochet
shielding
it.
yourself. That's another spell. Give me a roll.
God damn it.
Oh, I missed him, Captain.
Well, that one's a 3.
Ooh, okay. 21 is the number. I got you. Let's see what 21
Davis, the rails are over there in the brick. Hurry.
As you do shield, everyone sees that and lights glare off the shield. The sun rising off in the distance glares their vision, and all creatures have disadvantage on saving throws against your next spell that you cast within a minute.
Ah, my eyes!
Damn it, Russell, we should have mutinied.
I know you're telling me. He doesn't even know what a brig is.
I need you to roll an athletics check. See if you're holding on.
Oh my god. Okay.
With one hand, and what's your...
That's a 4.
You begin to fall down.
Look, Petey, he's fallen!
Everyone, get ready to pounce! You take 7 damage as you hit...
It's just a collective, ooh!
As you hit the ground. Not the ground, but the ship. As you...
Deck.
The deck. Thank you.
We've got this.
Nope.
Captain! Please know your ship lingo.
Hold on, guys. I've knocked the wind out of me. Hold on.
Time out, guys.
And the 3 of them are coming to you, and they start to grapple you. One of them grabs both of your feet. The other one grabs your hand, and the other one grabs your other hand. So you are grappled. You want to try to escape?
I mean, I know I can, so I'm just gonna take it until this seems like they're actually gonna be violent.
Sounds like a Wednesday night for Davis.
Captain Bright Sky walks up to you, and he goes, Listen, my friend. Okay? We don't want to kill you. We're not going to kill you. Nope. I told you, you were on thin ice.
Fine, sorry.
Your dental is done if you say another word against me.
What? As I pull out
Not
a tooth.
the dental insurance.
I didn't have it to begin with. I got scurvy.
He walks over to you and he goes, Friend, look, we just want to put you in the brig. And he looks around to see if anyone contests his.
They're all giving him a thumbs up.
Put you in the brig, chain you up, and then when we get to Tarin, we're just gonna, see if anybody wants to buy you. Make a little extra profit. Does that seem fair, everyone?
Yeah.
I'm a little morally against this, but I also haven't had my oranges today.
I also morally object if it matters.
Shut up!
You can either go peacefully, or we can take you down there. Okay? What do you want it to be?
You caught me fair and square, Captain. I'm good.
Okay, take him to the brig, gentlemen.
You can always just lock me in the pantry.
No.
He's small enough. This is a great idea.
Hey, Cap, can I have his pipe?
Sure. And he reaches and grabs your pipe and gives it to
Oh, no, he doesn't. Okay. Okay, so if he reaches for my pipe, I am going to spend a sorcerer point to subtle spell, and I'm gonna Misty Step again, except this time I'm gonna Misty Step off the side of the boat above the water, and I'm just gonna wave as I just fall in.
Roll me a d20 for your chaos.
13.
13, nothing happens. As you fall into the ocean, and you're probably another 30 feet hitting the thing. Yes. That is
Would you take damage from that?
10 damage as you smack.
I'm falling into water. It's got a half the damage.
No.
Okay.
Have you belly flopped into the water before?
Hold on. How about he makes a roll for this to see if he takes half of full damage?
Dex save to see if
Maybe
he
he's
can
jumped off
dive
a
in.
cliff before into off a waterfall before.
Sure.
He's
Yeah, but keep my legs straight.
All right, roll a dexterity saving throw to see if you did this.
The damage gets greater the farther from the rails you are.
Okay, so for Dex, I got 14.
The DC in my head was 15. As you take 10 falling damage.
It's a DC 15 to keep my legs straight when I hit the water.
Hey man, they were just holding you. You misty stepped. You waved, and you went pa. Okay, that's how it works.
You're killing Tango right off the bat, aren't you?
No, I have something
Okay.
beautiful planned for Tango. But Tango said, you know what? Fuck all of this. I'm taking my pipe. I'm gonna jump in the fucking water.
Okay, wait. So hold on.
You don't get the beautiful thing anymore. Okay.
Okay, so I took 7 the first time I
17,
fell.
yes. 17 total. What are you
Jesus. You know what? I'm at 3, so I sink into the water and then I just float back up in a dead man's float because I am officially too tired to try to swim.
15.
15, you pass. The people, he's dead, Captain.
Can we eat him?
Sure, bring him in.
I didn't have my oranges today because I like halfling meat.
So they're going to cast a net and try to bring you in. Just don't fight it. Accept the fun, beautiful thing.
Let it happen, David.
I'm going to play dead. Yeah.
Okay. They're going to bring you in. They bring
Thank you
up.
for letting me be a pirate in all of this.
No problem.
Not shutting me down.
Okay, so the one scours your body for your pipe. What do? You gonna let him take the pipe?
I think it's floating on the water.
No, it was still in your body.
Well, I had it in my mouth, right?
Okay, it's floating in the water. Nobody gets the pipe.
Oh, it was in your mouth this whole time? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
And Rin walks up and he goes, "All right, Min, just put him in the brig. Put him in the brig for now."
Oh, he's dead. Let's just put him in the pantry. Save him. Keep him fresh.
Rod, what is your name again? Franklin?
I don't fucking remember. I'm just a stooge. I think
Franklin.
it started with an R, though.
When we get to
Nah, that's Curly.
Curly, whoever, when we get to Tarin, you're done. You're done. You're fired. That's just how it is. No pay.
Okay, fine. I didn't want to work here anyways.
Good. Jump off the ship then.
Oh, maybe I will.
Hey,
Can I get his health
You
insurance?
can get his dental, yes.
can you jump off that side and throw me the pipe?
How good of friends are y'all?
I'm just asking Curly over here.
What's my name?
Rupert.
All right, I'll get you the pipe.
And Rupert jumps off. He grabs a pipe.
Oh, yeah.
And he
And then you
throws
see
it
like
off.
a tiny pipe just like make it back up over the edge of the ship, just like bloop.
Tango, you get put into the brig, and they chain you to the pillar, the mast, the pole. You know what I'm talking about. All right, so Tango, you are now tied to the mast in the brig. We'll get to you in a second. As the sun begins to peek through the windows of the villa you're in, Forte, you open your eyes and you turn your head. Winston is standing there next to your bed with a glass of water. Morning, Master Black.
Good morning, Winston. You gave me a fright.
I'm sorry. I have your glass of water as you requested, sir.
Oh, thank you. Just put it on the nightstand over there, please.
I have a pot of white blueberry tea out on the terrace for you, like you requested. Is there anything else that I can get for you, sir?
No, I do believe that'll be all for now. Thank you.
Master Black, your accommodations for the travel to the Ingenuity Center to meet Professor Longriver will be here in about an hour.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Goodbye.
And he begins to walk out, and he shuts the door. You have a pot of white blueberry tea, and as you look out into the terrace, and you see the bustling city of Tarin. You see all 6 districts from where you're at, including the one you're in. You're in the upper Tarin. You see all the beautiful villas and nice buildings, and everything is pristine and taken care of. People are trimming grass with scissors and scythes and things like that, making everything look really nice. You see the lower part of Tarin, Lower Tarin, where everyone else kind of lives. Then you can make out the bazaar, also known as Hyssop Row. You see the giant domed building in the center of Tarin, the Ingenuity Center, which is the College of Tarin. You look out to the sea from your view. You see the port of Corsol as ships begin to come in and go out. And then finally, in between Ingenuity Center and the Hyssop Row. And the last thing that you see is something known as the Hero Fields. It's the forge of the city. So those are the 6 areas of Tarin that you see. In about an hour and a half, you will be headed to the Ingenuity Center to meet Professor Longriver. What would you like to do while you wait for an hour and a half?
I would probably just look around at all, like, drink my tea, walk around to the edge of the terrace, look out upon the city, and see if I feel inspired, and pull out my violin and just play a couple notes. And if something hits me, I'll continue. If not, I'll sit back down and drink a cup of tea. But the hustle and bustle of the crowd, maybe there's a song there. Maybe if I make it to the beat of the people working, or maybe there's a bird nearby, I will take the bird's calls and turn them into notes. Maybe play something based off of that.
Roll me a performance check. I like what you did. I'll give you advantage.
It's a 19, so you hear there's a bird nearby that's just doing like a nice little whistling tune, so it's got a do 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 do. So I kind of start with that. It's like da 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 da.
The door opens and Winston opens up and says, "Sir, 1, beautiful. And 2, it's been an hour and a half. Your carriage is waiting for you." He leads you outside, and there is a nice 4-wheeled carriage covered. 4-wheeled carriage covered, and there are 2 horses that will bring you to the Ingenuity Center. And there is a man.
What color are the horses?
Brown.
Maybe next time.
Is there a specific horse that you would like for the next time, Master?
I mean, a nice white horse, a couple of them, to parade me around town would be wonderful, but no, it is fine. It's just what I'm used to back from home. I wouldn't worry about it. Here, I have something for you, and I pull out a gold piece, and I put it in his hand, and before I take my finger away, I look at Daddy, I go, "Split it among the house, please. Thank you." As I just get in the carriage and shut the door behind me. Yes. I actually wait for him to open the door to the carriage. And then before I enter, I subtly, or not so subtly, because, I cast prestidigitation on the seat.
Mm-hmm. And you do that. And
also, he doesn't realize this, but I did prestidigitate him before he helped me get changed. So he is very clean right now.
Very clean. So you do that. You get in there, and then the carriage begins to rock and move towards the Ingenuity Center. Tango, you wake up a few, 30 minutes later, and you're in the brig tied to a wooden post, and you look out in front of you, and to the stairs that lead up, there's even a gate locked to get out, and the windows to your left and to your right are barred. But also in there are a bunch of crates and boxes and things like that. You see that they probably don't have a lot of prisoners, so they just use this for extra storage. What would you like to do?
Do I see any dudes around me?
No, there's nobody there.
Well, I know I can get out of this, but also I'm wondering if that's smart, because I'm pretty quickly running out of magic. Is the boat still moving?
Or it is.
Have we reached the shore?
Down. You're almost at the docks.
Okay. I'm going to, because I'm assuming my hands are bound.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have to spend another sorcery point to subtle spell. and I am going to Misty Step out of the cage and out of my chains and kind of appear near the gate, the door.
Okay, you do. Roll me a d20 real quick.
15.
15. You're good. As you... Are you on the opposite side of the door, like going up the stairs? Or are you at the...
So if I'm within 30 feet of the door, I'd like to be just on the other side of it because I'm pretty sure I can do that with Misty Step.
Okay.
But if I can't get that far, then I'll stay in. Oh, no, it has to be a space I can see. So I get right up to the door.
Okay. Roll me an Arcana check.
Interesting. 13.
With a 13, you hear, hello?
In my head?
Yeah.
Hello?
Are you real?
Are you real? Listen, I talk to people in my head all the time, but normally I can see them.
Where are you?
Where are you? What's happening?
Roll me an investigation check or a perception check.
There's a little flower on the ground. Tango, here's a who.
16.
On what? Investigation or perception?
Perception.
Perception. As you look around the room, something strikes you. See a nice dark red stained box with like a burgundy, or maroon, right? Really dark stained wooden box with a nice golden clasp, and like the four corners are like a black steel that wraps around those. And as you look, you kind of get a sense that's where it's coming from.
I'm gonna quietly walk over and try to open the chest.
There is no lock on it. It's just a clasp, right? So you open it up. The box is like velvet on the inside, and it's holding an egg-shaped jewelry box.
Ooh. I'm gonna pick it up. Hello? Hello?
Yes?
I'm gonna open you up now. I'm gonna open the egg box.
And you open the egg box. In it is a pendant, like a brooch. And it's kind of like the shape of a shield. Do you know what I'm saying? Where it kind of curves up and then has a flat, right? But the parts that curve are these little silvery wings. And on the front of it is the beak of a bird that kind of looks at a profile, right? And the body is underneath it. And it has these two gems, or a gem in its eye that you can see.
Okay. Are you trapped in this gym? Who are you? I'm Tango.
Radio silence.
I'm gonna put it on.
You're gonna put it on?
I'm gonna put it on.
You put it on. As you do, it begins to shake with magic. And you begin to shake with magic as it turns into a little tiny robin. And it crawls up onto your shoulder. And it goes, Mother.
Okay. To clarify, is it like a real, like living robin, or is it made of metal?
It is a magic item that is made of metal. That is a robin brooch.
Oh.
It goes, Mother.
Well, hey, little guy. You could call me Mother. That's fine. I'm Tango. I have a mother too. She's wonderful.
Grandmother?
No, I'll introduce you. What should I call you?
Robin.
I like it.
And he kind of like looks at you, pecks at your shoulder a little bit.
Robin, it does seem like you just hatched, but do you know how we can get out of here?
He looks around. And he kind of pulls you over to the window.
Oh, smart.
And he jumps onto the window. And then like you see him kind of flap his wings and he flies out the bars. And then he looks at you and he flies back into the bars.
Well, here's the problem with that. I'm not sure I can fit through these bars, but I'll try. Can I squeeze through the bars?
Your hand can, and maybe a little bit of your shoulder, but your torso wouldn't be able to.
I'm gonna find something to try to pry it open.
As you're doing this, trying to find something to break the bars, you hear the people rustling above you. They're starting, as the ship begins to dock, and it stops in a motion, and you hear them coming. Robin looks at you and says, Mother, what would you like me to do?
Can you break these bars?
It looks at it. No. But something is calling. He comes back onto your shoulder, and the two of you misty step out.
Nice.
He's learned misty step from you.
Robin, great work. I'm going to, when I hit the water,
you're on the docks now. You're dock.
Oh, cool.
You're like literally on the dock.
Great. I'm just going to start running.
You hear a commotion on the ship of these people going, he's gone, and he's taken the thing.
Hey, fellas, you should consider mutiny. Your captain's incompetent. We're just going to run into the crowd.
Okay, you're running into the crowd.
You know what? That's a great idea.
Rupert, nobody asked you.
No, it's me, Curly. I've made it to the shore.
For now, you running into the crowd of the port of Corso, passing a lot of fishmongers and people selling supplies to go fishing, nets and all that stuff, and you're making your way into the bazaar, Hyssop Row.
So I'm going to take Robin in my hand and like in my shawl, just kind of hide him underneath so that I don't have a metal bird on my shoulder.
It's now that brooch or that pendant
sick.
again, and he can communicate to you telepathically if he needs to. But right now he's a little tired.
I'm going to keep that brooch covered by the kind
Baby's first spell.
Baby's first spell. And you're running into Hyssop. As you do, the caravan with Trevor and Sparrow begin to make their way to the gates, Tarin. As you look, you see the line of other people trying to get in. The gates are two giant wooden doors that are completely open. Knights checking the carts for anything nefarious, if you will. And there's also like a metal gate that is raised up that can come down when it needs to. An extra bit of protection, if you will. But it's up at the moment. A collis? Thank you.
Portcullis.
Cullis is what I said. Yeah.
Okay, you see that. And Chander has stopped and he's talking to a knight, and the caravan begins to come inside Tarin. And you guys are in lower Tarin. That's the closest entrance that you're in at the moment. But to the right of you, you see Hyssop Row. There's signs that say where all the districts are and everything like that. One of y'all give me a perception check. Or both. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
That's a D12.
You rolled a D12.
I sure did.
12.
And then I rolled a natural 2. So, Sparrow, what you got?
I've got a 12 plus 4, so 16.
16. You see, it's not really right in front of you, but you see the giant Ingenuity Center. You see your goal in mind, right?
Right, but we're in line. Is that what you said?
No, you guys have made it into the city at this point in time. But you guys are getting out of the caravan, and you see Chander, Maria, and Coraline talking to the stable people, and a few other shops are close to the entrance. You see a nice tavern. Well, it's not the nicest, but you see a tavern that has a sign of a skull with an axe through it, and underneath it says Axe and Skull. And you see the Ingenuity Center. You see all the signs that tell you where you need to be going. What would you two like to do?
Well, Sparrow, what's the plan?
Well, Trevor, I have a little bit of personal business I need to take care of in the Ingenuity Center, but I did hear in Tarin they keep rare books and manuscripts, perhaps in the Bazaar or Market District. Maybe you could find, I don't know, an edition on Though You Want to Be a Hero or whatever that book is you read. Because I really need to handle this on my own, my thing. Yeah, I'll meet you in the Axe and Skull afterward, if that works for you.
So, when Sparrow says she has her own business to attend to, Trevor briefly gets that sort of like sad puppy dog look.
Mm-hmm.
But then she throws him a bone to distract him. And like a good boy, he immediately lights up and he starts looking around for signs directing him to the Market District.
So you do see signs that lead you to Hyssop Row. And at this point, I would like all of you to roll some kind of initiative so we keep this thing honest. Because all four of you are on your own paths now.
Well, that's a 4, so I got a 3.
Okay, Trevor's got a 3.
And I got a 9.
9. Forte. Oh, wait, you are Forte. 9. Tango.
16.
16 and Sparrow.
11 plus 4, so 15.
Perfect. So, Tango, you're running through the Hyssop Row trying to dodge these pirates that are now chasing after you.
Oh, great.
In front of you, you see a bunch of little carts, a bunch of little stands, tents, and all that stuff. Because it's a bazaar. There's people everywhere selling all kinds of things. What would you like to do?
Okay. Are there any sorts of hills to these streets or anything, or is it all pretty flat?
This is pretty flat at the bazaar.
We're on the coast.
Yeah.
Great. As I'm running by one of these carts, I'm going to wave my hand and I'm going to mage hand and I'm going to have it just pull the pin out of the truck bed, essentially. Like whatever side of the cart can fall open so that all the fruit kind of spills out into the street behind.
So you mage hand and all of that. And then one of the pirates gets caught by that, but the other 3 pirates are starting to chase you.
Oh, no, not oranges!
So you're running. The 3 of them are starting to catch up because they're men and you're a halfling.
A lady. Oh, right. Sorry, halfling. That makes
25 feet to their 30 feet. I will say they're probably 2 or 3 rounds before they get to you.
Okay.
What would you like to do? In front of you, you see a left, a right, and a straight.
Okay, I'm gonna take a left.
Okay, you're going left.
Am I dripping water?
No.
From having been in the ocean?
No.
I've dried off?
Yeah, you dried off. It was about 30 minutes. You spent 30 to 40 minutes in the brig. The brig? The brig. Yeah.
Do I have any water on me?
Your pants are slightly damp.
You have any water on you?
Yeah.
Does your character have a water skin?
Yeah, I was surviving in a crate. Almost certainly I had something to drink, right?
That's a good question. You didn't have to ask me. You had the answers in you the whole time.
Well, they could have taken it. So as I round a corner, I'm going to pull out my water skin and I'm going to pour it on the ground. And then I'm going to touch it and cast shape water to make an ice patch. And then I'm just going to keep running.
I don't need your spell DC.
It's a 13 if you want to make that the DC.
I am. 2 of them see it and they jump over as the 3rd one. So you now have 2. Now your roads have been narrowed. You have 2 paths to go, straight or right from this left turn.
Right.
You're going right. Okay. So as you go right, you see, I don't want to say it's an alleyway, but there are buildings of all these little things. You can see the sun upon this starting to cobbled street that heads into the lower district. What would you like to do? It's just a straight path, but it's going upwards.
Okay.
And they turn the corner and they see you and they're running.
Do I see are there other people?
Yeah, there's other people. There's a few other people.
Great. I'm just going to keep running. Help! Help! They're trying to sell me into slavery. Help! This is clear racism against halflings. Please help. Do I see any really big guys?
I don't know.
As I'm running?
Trevor, give me a perception check.
All right. So that's a 12 on the die plus 1 is 13.
13. I think you hear someone say, help, help, help.
And Trevor has been on the lookout for this pack of impoverished orphans that he's heard so much about.
Okay. And you don't see it. You don't know if it's a halfling or a child, but you see this person, this little short person running around, looking back, just going, help, help.
Goddess, what is happening to this poor girl and or boy? And Trevor grabs his axe off his back. He's got a big old 2-handed great axe. And then he runs forward and steps between the halfling and these people chasing him. And he's poised, ready.
Okay. Tango.
And he's got one hand up.
You see that in front of you. What do?
Well, if I look back and I see that happening, I am going to take a quick turn and try to hide behind something.
Okay. So you see a box that you can kind of hide behind. You go over there. And the 2 pirates that are up to you.
Halt, sir and or ma'am.
I'm blatantly a sir.
As you will, sir.
Will you move?
What is your business chasing this poor, destitute, clearly ill child?
Again, as stated, they stole something from us, and we're just trying to get it back.
I'm gonna peek out, and I'm gonna use my silent speech. And in your head, Trevor, you hear, they're lying. They're lying. They're trying to sell me into slavery. They're slavers. They're pirates. They locked me in the brig.
So Trevor hears this, and truly, anyone who could speak into Trevor's mind is blessed by the goddess of miracles.
Truly.
So he stands to his full height, wide shoulders, hair blowing. I think that you are pirates after the goddess's own child, and I will not allow it.
They both look at each other and they say, yeah. And they both enter combat with you as the first one goes to swing at you with a scimitar.
There's a star wipe, and suddenly we're like in a platform arena, and you're kind of doing the ready stance where you're bobbing a little bit.
The first one swings their scimitar at you and misses. The second one swings. We got an 18 on the die, and they hit you with the scimitar, and you take 4 points of damage, slashing damage, and it's your turn.
All right. I said, and he's going to use a spell. He's going to cast command on the one who just hit him.
Okay.
Halt.
All right. Spell DC.
13.
And he swings down at you after he cuts you.
Halt.
Freezes in his tracks completely. And he's like, what are you doing? He's like,
now why do you want to go and do that? You can just walk out of here peaceful.
I'm gonna walk out of here peaceful. And
that's right.
I was like, what are you doing? You're gonna lose your dental. And the guy walks around. Tango, it's your turn.
Great.
You're hiding. Is there anything that you'd like to do?
Yeah, so I'm going to peek out, and I'm going to use my last sorcerer point to subtle spell this, as in your head, Trevor, you hear, watch this, the goddess is going to smite them. And from the sky, I'm going to send a chaos bolt using subtle spell. It's going to be lightning, actually, conventionally enough.
Okay,
so
that's perfect.
Let me roll to hit.
As someone in plate armor, it's not going to, arc, is it?
It's gonna be... wow, that's going to be a 19 to hit?
Nice.
A 19 does hit.
And I am going to do 10 lightning damage.
Okay. And as you do that, you begin to hear, surrounded behind you, is a faint, ethereal music for the next minute because the Flame Mother said, you know what? Yeah, you deserve a little chaos every once in a while. So faint, ethereal music is just playing behind you, and you're just caught off guard by it. It is your battle music. That's what it is.
Trevor, he's still in it. He's still in protection mode, but his eyes are tearing up just a little bit because this is just...
And as the one left pirate, holding himself, bleeding profusely, he pulls out a hand crossbow and shoots it at Tango. Does a 17 hit. And he hits you for 5 points of piercing damage.
Great. The ethereal music suddenly stops because
it's
unconscious.
It still plays.
Great.
It's just music that's surrounding you.
Great.
But it changes the tone a little bit. Instead of this upbeat battle ethereal music, I don't even know if that's a thing. Doesn't matter. It's Dungeons and Dragons.
So he shoots an arrow into the box, and it pierces through, kind of breaking a hole in it, and then you just hear "oh," and then my arm just comes flopping out of the hole that was created because I'm in that box unconscious now.
And this pirate's like, Jesus, please get out the way and let me get what we need.
You shouldn't be hurting people. Trevor's going to take a swing at the guy who just shot Tango. Ooh, that is a 23 to hit.
Oh, that definitely hits. Just tell me how you do it. It doesn't matter. He had 1 HP left, so just tell me how you do it.
So Trevor, he's trying for non-lethal damage. It's up to you if he's successful at that, but he's just going to
Non-lethal is rolled at disadvantage.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
John's our forever DM. So...
Forever DM.
Stupid forever DM.
What is it?
Does an 11 hit?
No.
Yeah.
He dodges out of the way, and he's walking towards Tango as he dodges out of your thing. And Tango, please give me a death saving throw.
That's one failure.
Ooh, one failure. Okay.
As he's trying to get to Tango, is he moving trying to move out of my melee range?
He is.
Do I get an opportunity attack?
Of course you do. But if you're trying to not kill him, it's at disadvantage.
Uh-huh.
So you want to be a hero.
I think Trevor is probably kind of panicked right now. And he's not trying as hard to do non-lethal damage.
This is saying Emily doesn't want to miss.
Emily does not want to miss. Emily does not like losing. Does a 17 hit.
17 hits. Is this non-lethal or are you trying to kill this man?
She did.
I mean, I'm not trying to kill this man, but I'm not trying to kill this man at this point.
17 hits. How do you do it? Whether it's an accident or not.
I cut his leg off.
He sounds so dejected. I guess I'll cut his leg off. Whatever.
And his leg just falls
Bleeds
off,
out
and
from
he
that.
just hits the ground, bleeding out. The goddess's child sits before you on death's door.
I fall to my knees and I lay on hands and do CPR.
What do you say? What do you do?
No. Come back, little thing. Boy, girl, you, come back. Come on.
How many HP do you give him?
5 points.
5 points. As Tango, you immediately come back up.
Whoa, hey there. You're okay.
Are you an angel? You're the most beautiful man I've ever seen.
Trevor full on blushes to his ears, bright red. Oh, are you all right?
I think I am. I am now. Oh, thank you. And I'm gonna sit up and try to give you a hug.
Trevor accepts the hug and then scoops his other arm underneath your legs and picks you up. We ought to get you somewhere to rest. It's all right. You're safe now.
That's mighty kind of you. I'm Tango Honeypot.
Trevor Varvatos.
And at that point, we move to Sparrow. You're making your way up to the.
That's an EQ right there. I just noticed that.
So you're making your way up to the city. You see the Hyssop Row. You see the lower. You're passing out of there. You see the sign for the Forge, Hero Fields, and then you see it, the big domed center. It's got like a quad of really nice grass and statues and fountains. And there's a sign that just says the Ingenuity Center carved out in stone. There's people out there studying books, and so you see some kind of magic happening here, magic happening there. Directly in front of you, you see the doors that lead to the entrance of the Ingenuity Center. What would you like to do?
So Sparrow real quickly will sort of straighten her coat, sort of dust it off just a little bit. Mm-hmm. Fusses with her cuffs to pull them out. Try to look presentable for just a moment, because this place used to mean something for someone she cared about. So she's gonna try to just for a moment show some reverence, and then with a deep breath, moves to the front door to push it open and make her way inside.
Okay. You go inside, and it is just this beautiful, beautiful wooden library that has rooms all around it, and you kind of see stairways leading up all the way to the 4 stories that go up. There's a chandelier in the middle that is just lighting everything, and it's this beautiful, beautiful room. And in the front there is a kiosk of someone who is an attendant who is there to help people get to where they need to go.
Okay. So take a moment to sort of stare at the chandelier as she walks under it, sort of doing that little swirl as you get to the center of it, just see the whole thing.
Yep.
Well, damn. That is pretty cool. Anyway, and then she moves to the receptionist. Well, hello there, ma'am. I'm looking for Professor Long River. You wouldn't happen to know where he is.
Yes, do you have an appointment?
Yes, I have a letter of introduction.
Oh.
From a colleague of his.
She looks at her ledger. She goes, there is a meeting scheduled for right now. You can go ahead and go up. So what you'll do is you'll take the stairs. Mm-hmm. You'll go up 3 stories, take a right, and you will see Professor Long River's eclectic office.
When you say eclectic, Would you care to elaborate?
There's a library over here with books that have
Sure.
different words in there. Eclectic is in one of those books.
Sure. The definition is exactly what I meant by eclectic. I didn't want you to further describe what comprised things that were eclectic, but yeah.
Madam, this is a school. It is always not in our best nature to teach, as it is for our students to learn. Take the ingenuity to learn.
Sure. And what's another word for professor? Oh, that's right. Teacher. And I walk out.
This is why I am a receptionist.
And you probably don't get dental.
What pirates do.
Yeah, that's right, fucker.
Yeah, but it's not very good dental.
You gotta opt in.
So you make your way up the stairs, three flights. Take a right, and there is a door that enters into this small room. The door says, Professor R. Longriver.
So I reach into my inner coat pocket, pull out the note so that I have it on hand, and I softly knock on the door. Just
it opens, but the horse and carriage arrives to the front, and the person who was steering the carriage comes down and opens the door for you, and he goes, "We are at the Ingenuity Center, sire. Please watch your step."
Thank you. As I give him a silver piece as I walk up the steps.
Lovely. Thank you, sire. Please enjoy. Would you like me to stay with you, or would you like me to leave?
You can return at a later time. I don't imagine this to be very quick, and if it is, maybe I shall walk around the town, the city a bit.
Wonderful. I will go and do something until a later time, and if you're here, I'll pick you up, and if you're not, I will wait.
Very well, thank you. I head up the steps and I go enter the building.
And just like Sparrow, you see a giant library of books with a nice chandelier above you, 4 or 5 stories high. You see stairwells that go all the way up, and in front of you is a receptionist.
I stand in front of the receptionist and then I wait a couple moments.
And she's just standing there looking at you. Can I help you?
Yes, thank you. My name is Lucius Black. I do believe I have a meeting here with Professor Longriver.
And she opens up her ledger. It appears that he is in a meeting right now with somebody else.
I'm sorry?
Yes, he is in a meeting with somebody else right now. You see, my ledger says he only has one meeting today, and that is now, and the person had already gone up.
Oh, see, that's where you're mistaken. I'm the person who has the meeting today.
That is where you're mistaken. I've been here, and I have sent that person up.
Yes. Did you, by any chance, actually read the name on your paper that the meeting is with, so that way when they come in, you know who it is?
So, whenever a person comes in here and says, I have a meeting, I open, it's called a ledger.
Yes.
And
Now read the name on that ledger. Read the name. What does the name say on that ledger right there? That name that I can clearly read on the ledger. What does it say?
It says...
Please pronounce that clearly.
L. Black.
Yes. Lucius Black. Now, what was the name of the person you sent up?
I don't know. They didn't know what eclectic meant.
Interesting. So you just sent somebody who... How terrible of a receptionist do you have to be to just... When someone goes, I've got a meeting, you go, clearly you. Go up here. What if they wanted to kill the professor? What if they wanted to commit harm? Or what worse, what if it was his ex-wife?
Professor has never been married.
I don't think that you're taking away the point I'm trying to make.
You're a very cruel, cruel man.
And you're a stupid human being. Where is the professor at? Otherwise I shall find him myself.
3rd floor. Take a right. You'll see his office.
Thank you.
And as you walk away, she I hope you die alone.
I come back and I look at her and I go, I heard every word. And I feel as though we got off on the wrong foot.
No. Leave me alone.
And I cast Friends. Which is a cantrip for me.
Oh, we did get off to the wrong foot. I am very sorry about that.
Myself as well. Did you say up the stairs to the 3rd floor and then take a right to get to his office?
Listen. Let me lead you to it.
No. Just tell me.
No. Listen,
you have to stay here and do your job. Please allow me. 3rd floor on the right. Was that correct? Yes or no, please?
Come with me. And she steps around and she grabs you by the hand. So,
all right,
you begin to walk up the stairs. And as you do, you travel 3 flights of stairs. And then, all right, so now we're going to continue to go right. And then, bing.
I cast it again. It's cantrip, baby. We can play this game all day long. I'm just going to keep casting it.
And she's like a brain freeze for a second there. Yes, this way, please.
Thank you.
And she brings you to the door. But before we get there, Sparrow, you knock on the door. And the door opens. You see a halfling man with thinning gray hair, kind of like skin almost sagging off of his face. So he's old, right? And his eyes are kind of bluish with a little hint of white, if you will, losing his eyesight. Glasses on the edge of his nose. And he goes, hello.
Hello, Professor Longriver?
Yes, rather, if you will.
Of course,
Please
rather.
come in. Please come in.
I don't know if you remember me.
Mm-hmm. You look as a student. Are you a student? No. You're a TA. Yes?
No,
No, don't tell. You play sports. Is that what it is?
no.
Your combat.
Yes, but not for the school.
You're traveling. You're trying to transfer over to the Ingenuity Center. Yes, I know it. So here, let me give you the spiel about the Ingenuity Center. And he hops on.
I, as he goes to hop, I hold out the paper. I have a correspondence for you first. Before you tell me all about this wonderful school.
Yes. And he sits on a book, and next to his book, you see, next to the book, there's another book. And he opens up the paper. He goes, to Sparrow, the condolences about the loss of your friend. If there's anything that I can do, please, if you're ever in Tarin, please come have a pot of tea with me. Rather long river. Oh.
Yeah.
And he folds it and he goes, it's not my best work, and he hands it back to you.
You were the only one who wrote.
Sparrow? Right, Sparrow. That's what it said, right?
Yeah. Sparrow Softwind. It's been a number of years since I've seen you.
Yes. What can I do for you, my dear?
Well, a spot of tea to start wouldn't hurt. And she sets down the long black case next to a chair.
That looks familiar.
I would hope so. You helped him build it. and I tested it.
You see his hand waves and a magic pot of tea just comes over here and 2 cups fill with tea as it pours. He goes, here, yes, one for you. So I hope you don't mind green. I know it doesn't have a lot of caffeine into it, but I do say it tastes better than black. But that is just my opinion.
I am not picky. We've been on the road for quite some time. I'm just happy to be having tea.
Would you like honey or lemon or anything with that?
Honey. Yeah, honey. That sounds great.
What can I do for you, Sparrow?
Well, as you know, after, Tomas, he kind of left me with some of his work. I had hoped to help him complete some of his designs, and if you follow what I'm saying, really, I don't have a great mind for the engineering. It takes me a lot of work to sort of fix and keep things as they were. But I was hoping maybe if you would be interested in helping me sort of finish his work and maybe start his dream.
It's understandable. Of course I can help you. And a knock on the door from behind you. And the receptionist at the front opens the door and she goes, sir, this is your meeting for today. And the spell wears off.
Yeah, that's fine. I push past her and I go, Lucius Black at your service, Lord.
Do you shut the door behind her?
Yeah.
You push her out the room. Oh, Sparrow. Mr. Lucius Black, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. Have I caught you at a bad time? I can come back later.
Well, he does have a meeting with me. Really, I don't blame you. I just want you to know that the receptionist just let you up without even checking your credentials. The name is Forte. Please, I know I introduced myself as Lucius Black, but I do not like to be called that. Forte, if you will.
I am Professor Long River. Rather, if you will.
And
Clever.
And I am Sparrow Softwind of the Institute of Inspiration.
Pleasure to meet you.
If you're not aware, Lucius, that is the school on the opposite end, the west end of Auroria. Lucius, yes. Oh, Forte, yes. You the one that wanted the book.
Yes, thank you. And I don't mind you staying, Miss Softwind.
A Sparrow will be just fine, yeah.
Sparrow, very well. Miss Sparrow, I do not mind you staying. For if you are part of the other school, maybe you can also help me with my own search.
Sure.
I'm looking for information.
Excuse me. Before you can continue this conversation, I need to go find that book. Do you know what time it might be?
It's 1:00 when our meeting is.
Wonderful. Let me go find that book, shall I? And he kind of scurries off, and you kind of see him duck behind a bunch of bookshelves, and he kind of disappears into his own mess, if you will.
Interesting.
And it's just the two of you.
Good, Professor. So, I guess you came unannounced. He wasn't expecting you, so
no.
Welcome to Tarin.
Oh, thank you. It was rather long travel. I was visiting an old colleague of a professor of mine, seeking guidance in certain mechanical operation. I sort of pat the long case.
Yes, well, I am similar in that regard. I am also seeking guidance, more of a seeking information to find information, so to speak. Ancient texts and all that, if you will. You don't by any chance have anything at your school about, say, ancient wizards? Or, I don't know, very old catastrophe. What's the oldest book you have at your school? If you even know that answer, or can lead me to the person who would have that answer.
Is there a history professor at the Institute of Inspiration?
Yeah, there's a bunch of history teachers. They all deal with different kind of histories.
Is there any on wizarding, in wizard history?
Roll me a history check.
Okay, sure. Why not? Let me see what my modifier is for that. Ooh, it's going to be a big 0. Let's see what we got. 18.
18, nice.
I was paying attention.
As you're trying to think, you remember that there's this one professor, very sweet, always liked to share treats with you every once in a while you were at there, Mr. Groman Steelcrick.
Actually, now that you mention it, yeah, there was a professor who specialized in the history of wizardry. Professor Groman Steeltrek, that was it. Groman Steeltrek. Yes. He specialized in wizarding history.
Oh, wonderful, yes. I must seek his guidance then. What do you teach at the institution?
I teach mechanics and applied physics. Yes, that's what I teach.
I am thoroughly impressed.
And you hear...
I'm not going to answer that. It's...
I feel awkward not answering it, so I walk to the door.
But it's not our office. And unless did the professor leave the room or did he just go in the back?
I don't know, but manners and I've been traveling with this guy who's about being polite, and I open it.
And you see 4 of these hulking, big, muscular guys standing there. No, it's these guys, and in between them is this one small man, well, small in comparison to them. And he's kind of got like completely bald with like a little pencil stash. And he goes, yes, is Rather here?
I'm sorry, I think you've got the wrong office. He's not in today. We're using it as a study hall.
Yes, I'm here to study.
Roll me deception.
Fuck, I should have let you do this, Nick. This was, I was quick. I was trying to quick think.
I don't answer doors.
I have a feeling they were coming either way. All right, use a deception.
Yep, deception.
Okay. Ooh, it's a 19 on the die. What's my minus? I have a minus. Oh, I don't have a minus. It's a 0, so 19.
19 on the die.
Yeah, 19.
He looks at you. Well, what time do you think Rather will be back?
I imagine the receptionist would have his next appointment, but I think I saw around 5 p.m.
The receptionist wasn't at the desk, so we just helped ourselves.
Oh, well, if you have a name, I could leave a note for him.
Actually, do you mind if we just come in and wait? 5 o'clock's just right around the corner.
For like 4 hours.
That's right around the corner for us. We got nothing but time. What do you study here, both of you?
I moved my hands in almost this, like a noble speaking with their hands, but really I'm just casting Charm Person.
Mm-hmm.
So I cast Charm Person, and as I'm casting Charm Person, I go, the professor really won't be back in that time, and you are interrupting our studies, for I am a master of the arts, a student, if you will, learning the intricacies of poetry and song. So if you would just come back tomorrow, I'm sure he will be fine. And I would like to cast Charm Person. It is a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And you have to beat, I believe, a 13.
Okay. He sees you, and he feels instantly like you are trying to do something to him. Do you know what I teach?
Oh, do you?
I teach, yeah. I teach statistics, and your professor owes me some money.
Oh, you're a bookie.
Oh, well, how much do you need?
400 gold.
Oh,
400 gold.
Shit.
Yes.
Oof,
and
that is a lot.
Since you two are the only ones here, and somebody wants to be charming, and he looks directly at you.
May I warn you about what I teach, though?
No, you may not.
It's blood splatter, and I shoot him.
And that is where we will end this episode
Jeez,
today. John, you are with your guns? What the fuck, man?
I mean, this won't be the first person I killed, nor the last.
I just want to say,
So happy I met you.
The scene with you in the dream sequence, oh my fuck.
Yeah.
That was pretty legit shit.
I mean, it was.
I was crying.
All right, thanks everyone for listening. This has been So You Want to Be a Hero. I'm your Dungeon Master, Brad Silman, and with me always are my 4 best friends.
Lost Weindel.
Davis McQueen.
Flame Mama John Garza.
And Emily Robinson.
Thanks
Forget,
everyone.
eat your oranges. Don't get scurvy.
Don't get scurvy, Tony. Hey everyone, Brad here. I just wanted to say one thing before we go, and that is thank you. Seriously, I cannot tell you how much it means to all 5 of us that you decided to take time out of your day to listen to our podcast. That is mind-blowing, And if you liked it, please follow us on all social medias at HeroCast_ATX. And you can listen to us wherever you listen to your podcast, which you're probably already listening to this on. So, yeah, well, that's it. We'll see you next time.